Today, we are going to be running through Perplexity AI SEO with a twist because we have a member from the SEO Elite Circle today, Dino. Welcome, Dino.
Thank you, Julian. Good to be here.
Good to have you on it. It's the first time we've done a live stream with an SEO Elite Circle member. So it's super exciting. I know you're in the plumbing niche and also you're talking about real estate as well for your partner. So it's going to be fun to just run through some live examples of how you can use Perplexity for that.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, keen to get stuck in.
Absolutely. All right, cool. So what we're going to do is I'll share my screen. Now, are you using AI for your website at the minute?
Yes, content, yes.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense.
And
And
articles. Yeah.
how do you typically write your content right now? Are you using AI or what sort of AI are you using?
Yes, I am using AI. I use on-page AI, and that does like page optimization and for your articles, which is really cool.
Nice. Yeah, I've never used on-page AI. What sort of stuff do you do with that?
Basically, you just, write in your keyword you're going for, and it'll write your article in a few minutes and you're done pretty much. And it optimizes it with all the Google entities and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's really good.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Mm.
All right. I'm just going to quickly sign up to Perplexity Pro and upgrade my membership just so I can show people watching like all the cool stuff you can do with this. Now, first thing I would say for you, obviously you're in the plumbing niche and you're trying to rank locally, right? So you're in Hardwood Bay, for example.
Yep.
Yeah. One of the best ways that you can use Perplexity is you can actually just come up with a bunch of like local SEO keywords around your particular niche. So for example, let's say, and I'll put everything, all the prompts and everything from today, and I'll share them with you, but I'll also share them with everyone watching as well.
Yes.
But yeah, so let's say your niche is plumbers, Harvey Bay, right?
Yeah. Hervey.
Hervey, right? You say?
Hervey.
EY. Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
that's it.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. All the way from Australia, and we're going international today. Niche equals plumbers Harvey Bay. And then you
Yep.
can say, find me some low competition keywords, alphabet soup method to generate customers for my local business. And anyone watching this, like, you don't have to use this for local. Like, you can use this for any sort of industry you want. And so you could switch this to, for example, you could niche this down to e-commerce, real estate, infra products, whatever niche you're in, this prompt will work if you customize it right. And then you can see a bunch of ideas right here. Now, some of these are going to be BS and some of them you're probably not going to want to use, right? But for example, best emergency plumber, Harvey Bay,
Mm.
that looks like a relevant keyword to me that you could potentially rank for. The other thing that you can do is you can go into Google Autocomplete if you need some keyword ideas and you can just have a look through the list and be like, okay, Harvey Bay Plumbers, Harvey Bay Plumbing. These two will likely be the same page
Yeah.
because people are basically looking for the same thing. But then you can also see, for example, you've got Harvey Bay Plumbing Supplies, Harvey Bay Plumbing Jobs. That probably wouldn't be so relevant to you. And also, I think for you, particularly, emergency plumbers would be pretty good because those are customers ready to buy and also ready to
Yep.
spend a lot of money at the same time. Yeah, awesome. I don't know why. I've got a lot of cousins back in England, but they're all going to Australia at the minute.
Perfect weather here at the moment. It's great.
Yeah, they love it. Also, like a mate I grew up with as well. He moved over to Perth, actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I
It's
don't know what
nice over
happens.
there too.
You let people go home after they go or they don't
No,
come
they
back?
just no, they love it too much here, so they stay.
Yeah, yeah. All right, cool. We got a lot of people watching as well. Tyler says, howdy guys. Hi, Tyler's another member of the SEO Elite, so welcome, Tyler. Amizi says, hi, Julian. And if we've got any questions as we're going along, we've got a lot of people watching today. If anyone has any questions as we go along, just feel free to ask them and we'll just help you out as much as we can. So essentially for you, Dina, what I would say is like when you're doing the keyword research and when you find some good examples of keywords you like, just build up a list of like 50 of them.
Yeah.
And then you
Yeah.
know, yeah, this is all this is all my keyword research. And then it's just a case of creating the content from there. Do you
Yep.
have a keyword strategy in place at the minute?
Oh, like when I first did it, obviously I use Ahrefs as well, following what you were doing, which is awesome. Love Ahrefs. It's great. The thing I didn't do at the start was I didn't have long tail keywords for a lot of blog posts. So I was just like Plumbers Harvey Bay. I was just basically doing my suburbs. So like Plumbers Harvey Bay, Plumbers Urangan, blah, 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 and creating pages for that for my local search. I guess the thing for me was structuring how you do the blogs with finding these keywords.
All right. So like you want to know how to structure your blogs, right?
Yeah.
for SEO? Okay, we'll come on to that in a second. And we have a question from Guy who says, "Hi, I want quality backlinks. Can you help?" Absolutely. If you book in a call, link in the comments description. You can book in a call about link building and feel free to jump on a call with us one to one. We'll guide you through number one, how to build backlinks, the best types of links to build. And then also, if you want us to do it for you, we're happy to do that too. So let's keep running through now. And yeah, so from here, I hope for everyone watching, it's pretty clear how to do the keyword research. Dino, I know you were saying you were following the structure from the SEO Elite Circle, which is a really good way to do it. And then
Yeah.
also, the thing for you as well, I would say, is there's going to be certain niche services that you offer around plumbing that you could also rank for. That will
Yeah.
be quite easy. So, for example, I don't know if you do this, but for example, services like drain cleaning, gas fitting, hot water systems, etc. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. And then, yeah,
Awesome.
with those, you create a page on your website for them. They're not a blog, are they? Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly. So these would be
Yeah.
more service pages, not
Yeah.
blogs.
Yeah.
So, for example, we'll go into Google now. I'll show you some examples of how to do this. So, there's a few ways you can do it. Let me type in some example keywords. So, for example, plumbers Harvey Bay. Let's say you're trying to rank for the keyword best, plumbers Harvey Bay. There's a few ways that you can structure this. The first thing I would say is number one, get a maps listing if you haven't
Yeah.
already.
Yeah. I have. I've just recently done all that. So I think my website's been live for like a couple of weeks.
Perfect. And then also when you're doing the local maps listing, like you want to make sure that you get a lot of reviews on there. Like you can see how this is ordered in terms of reviews, like
Yeah.
576, 113, 118. It's like the best reviews and the most amount of reviews are the maps listings that rank. That's like the 80/20 of it. Also, we had a really good thread inside the SEO Elite Circle. I'll pull this up as a freebie for everyone watching, but I think it'd be super useful for you as well, Dean.
Yeah. Sweet. I
Um,
haven't seen that yet.
yeah, where is it now? Let me try and find this example for you. Here we go. I'm actually I'll pin it to the feed because I think a lot of people in the SEO community would like it. But
Yeah. Cool.
basically, yeah, so reviews are like the 80/20 of it. Obviously, add in like lots of images and videos to the content as
Yeah.
well. CTR with driving directions was another tip recommended by Ronald Osborne. He's in Australia too. He's a member of the SEO Elite Circle, makes about 150K a month with partnerships. And yeah, these are some of his best tips as well. And then also just
Yeah. Cool.
align I think a lot of people do this wrong, but like align the GMB with your services on the website, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. And you've also seen the full training here, right? On how to do local SEO. So I think that'll help you too.
Yeah. I did watch that this morning. That was really good. So yeah, I just need to put that into practice now.
Perfect. All right. I'm going to copy and paste these tips into this document for you, just so that
Cool.
you've got them, how to handle it. Great. All right. We've covered a lot already. How to automate keyword research, how to find examples and some of the best examples for you, how to do GMBs. Next up, let's talk about how to structure your blogs for SEO.
Yeah.
Are you using any sort of like content outline tool to figure out what sort of keywords you can rank?
Basically, I was just going into Google and typing a certain keyword and then, yeah, coming up with best plumbers Harvey Bay prices, all that sort of stuff for that. That's all I was using at this point.
Yeah, okay. So here's how I usually do it when it comes to figuring out what I should rank for. So
Yeah.
let's say, for example, I want to rank for the keyword best plumbers Harvey Bay inside the organic listings. So below the maps listings, right? If I
Yeah.
want to rank for a keyword like that, I'm going to be looking at all these competitors. I'm not going to pull it up on this example video because it's other people's content. I don't want to show that on the YouTube video. But
Yeah.
you can basically look through other people's pages, get a list of all the headings, get a list of all the topics and FAQs they've covered and the structure and the word count, and then
Yeah.
reverse engineer, okay, this is what's working for them. Therefore, I'm going to do it for my site too, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Cool.
So reverse engineer your competitors. I'm sure you wouldn't as well, but don't just steal their headings, but
Yeah.
rewrite it unique.
Yeah. Cool. Yep.
All right. There's a couple of other options to help you. I'm going to show you some good examples of how to do this. If you want to automate your outlines, but you want to automate them for cheap, let's say you don't want to look through every single competitor over and over again, right? You don't want to do that all manually yourself. What you can do is you can go inside AppSumo and you can search something like phrase and just try and find some alternatives to phrase that would automate your content outlines. Otherwise, you could type in stuff like content outlines and basically AppSumo, it gives you access to tools that are like heavily discounted sort of copies of other competitors. If that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Cool.
Yeah. So if we're scrolling through here, but you've got witnessed, sorry, seed. Seed is only $44. And you see how it's giving you a content optimization score here? That looks very similar to Phrase or Surfer or all these optimization tools that will automate the content analyze for you.
Yeah. That on page AI does too, basically, sort of thing, which is awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want. Definitely.
Yeah.
That sounds good. I'm gonna have to do a video on on-page AI.
Yeah, it's
That's
really
it.
good.
Yeah.
I'll rate it. And then obviously it's got all your Google entities on the right, and then it'll add them into the content. And then you can basically just click on the words that it's missing, and then it'll auto optimize. It does AI detection. Yeah, it does everything. It's really good.
I'm gonna have to put that on my list of video ideas. Let me
Sweet.
find it right. On-page AI. Perfect.
Yeah.
All
And I
right.
think there's two, but it's the one with the little rocket ship.
Oh, okay, yeah. If it's got the rocket ship emoji, I'm already bought in, mate. Know you too well. All right, cool. We've got a few questions here that I want to just answer on the comments here. So Novice says you recommend writing articles about all the related keywords of the main topic. I'll show you how to automate this in a second and the best way to figure out, okay, what should you write in your article and how to optimize it. And then Tyler says if the first position is a product page, but I want to do a blog page, is it a wise idea or should I also do a product page that rank it? Yeah, so if, for example, Google was showing like 10 product pages or 5 product pages for that keyword, you would also do a product page for that keyword. Same as Dino was saying before, if you're trying to rank for best emergency plumber, Harvey Bay, then you would create a service page around that topic because it's obviously not a blog post that people are looking for, right?
Mm. Yeah, that was
And
the one thing that really me. What's a blog? What's a page? Sort of thing.
yeah, that makes sense. And then also, Guy says, I don't believe in AI for keyword research. Now, you can believe what you want, but I would say number one, Perplexity gives you some solid ideas, but then you want to vet, right? You want to go through this list and make sure people are actually searching for them. But also, the autocomplete in Google is basically AI. Like the ideas that you're getting from Google's autocomplete, it's basically like AI generated stuff, right? So they're predicting based on previous data what people search for in the future. And also, if you're not sure about some of these keywords, let's say, for example, you're not sure, okay, can I rank for best plumbers Harvey Bay? You can actually validate them. So you can take a keyword like this and be like, that sounds like BS to me. I don't believe AI or I don't believe Google autocomplete. Let me check it for myself. So you can go into Ahrefs free keyword tool. And then from here, free keyword generator tool and just paste in that keyword that you found previously, hit find keywords, make sure you verify you're a human. And if you can't find that keyword, then potentially you don't want to rank for it. But usually if it's like a local keyword and it is in the autocomplete, then that's a good sign. Also, what you can do is you can just put in a shortened version of it. So you can put best, you can put plumbers, Harvey Bay. Make sure
Yeah.
you set the country as well. So I think that's why it didn't show up before. Just make sure you set up the country, hit find keywords, verify it, and you can see this is a pretty easy keyword to rank for. The volume is higher than 100 for that search keyword. So it's a good one to go for.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, let's finally come on to the content creation and how to do this. So when you're using any of these tools, we'll create new, we'll type in that keyword we were going after before. So best plumbers, Harvey Bay, set the country as Australia, and then we'll hit create a document. Now, is there anything, I know you were saying like you weren't sure what to write about inside the content. Is that because on page AI is not giving you the information that you need, or you just not sure about certain things?
No, so it like once you got the keyword, it writes everything for you, which is great. It was just basically like how I was structuring, like obviously plumbers Harvey Bay, plumbers Urangan, which is a suburb, was like a page. But then like best plumbers Harvey Bay, do I structure a page for that or is that a blog? Um,
Ah, I see. Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
was yeah, that was the sort of thing like what was a page and what was a blog basically.
Yeah. So in that example, let's have a look at best plumbers Harvey Bay. If we pull up this example and we scroll down and we see what's ranking, you can see the keywords, a lot of the pages that are ranking are number one directories. So you can see, for example, this is like top 10 plumbers in Harvey Bay.
Yeah.
That's a directory. This is a homepage. So you can't really reverse engineer a homepage. Like that's just a company. This is a directory. Let me have a look at this example right here. This is like a service page.
Yeah.
And let's have a look at this one. This is like a service page. So it's a homepage, but it's basically a service page, right? So if I was looking at the first page of Google there, I think for you, because you're not a rank and rent website, just create a service page.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
So not a blog post, but an actual service page.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, find the words, type them into Google, see what they're showing up for, if they're a blog or or a page, and then just copy what they're showing up as.
Yeah, 100%. And
Yeah,
then
cool.
also, like when you're doing the content outline, whatever tool you're using, let me zoom in for people here so they can see it. But whatever tool you're using, you can choose to select headings from search results, and it will give you a list of the headings from your competitors. So, for example, you can look through the list and you're like, okay, I'm going to take some of these, scroll through them, and just add them to the list. So like Plumbers Harvey Bay, we'll add that. And you see how it's got like H1, H2, etc.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's like the hierarchy of the page. So like you'd start off with a H1 and H2, H3, etc.
Yeah. Cool.
And then you can run through like these headings and just answer the content. Now, what you're also going to see is on the page, you'll see the word count, right? So this is 5,300 words, 1,800 words, 1,100 words, 1,100 words. And so that gives you an idea of how many words you would write. So if, for example, the average of the first page, which in this example looks like roughly, I would say around like maybe 1,000 words, 1,200 words,
Yeah.
that you can, then you would target a similar amount of word count, but you want to write with less fluff than your competitors.
Straight to the
So if
point.
you, yeah, exactly. And if you can give more value than your competitors in a lower word count than your competitors, I think you're always going to win because people like it's not about writing the longest page. I think it's about giving the most amount of value in the least amount of time possible, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Tyler's asking what tool is that? So this particular tool is Phrase.io, which I got a lifetime deal on AppSumo and it's paid for itself. But again, I think you could use tools like this one, for example, Rightseed. You probably do very similar things. Like you can see the content grading right there. It's obviously reverse engineering what's already ranking. And it also looks a bit like Jasper in terms of the workflows. But yeah, that gives you an idea of what you can use and how to use it. So does that make sense in terms of like how to structure the website and how to write the content and everything?
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah,
Perfect,
that's
man.
good. Yeah, for me, it was, yeah, obviously the keywords, how you structure all that with your service pages and pages on your site. And then what do you do for your blogs? And then, yeah, then I can start ripping into that now.
Yeah, exactly. And then you got your keyword, which is basically just a H1. Like your main keyword is going to be the H1 exact
Yep.
match. And then you write your content underneath. Now, I was speaking to another SEO Elite Circle member last night, actually, Matthias Dios. There's an interview coming soon, but we were talking about the best ways to leverage AI to write content. And I wouldn't recommend just going down like the one click and then publishing approach, where
Yep.
you can get AI to do 80 or 90% of the content and then just find a way to make your content unique and add something new, some type of new information to the content that most people aren't doing. Does that make
Yep.
sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. For
And
sure.
there's always ways to like make it more unique, add something interesting in there, add some interesting detail that most people haven't done. But I wouldn't recommend writing it based on what your competitors are doing. I'd write something completely new based on the headings and the outline that Google likes to see. Perfect.
Cool.
Yeah. And then from there, you can just generate the content. Now, coming back to Perplexity and how to write the content, I think is one of the best ways to do this is write it section by section. So, for example, let's say you've got a heading to write like blocked drains Harvey Bay. You can go into Perplexity. We can switch to Pro. I'm actually just going to make sure that we're using Claude because Claude is my favorite
Hmm.
AI model to use when writing content. Do you usually use like ChatGPT inside on page AI or what sort of?
Yeah. Claude. I use Claude. Yeah.
Yeah, Claude is
So
it's
much better.
just the best. They might
Yeah.
as
So
well retire all models.
what I normally do is I'll type in, so I'll go into my on page, find out like all my words that I need, Google entities, then I'll put them in a little spreadsheet and then I'll put them into Claude and say, hey, I need to write a page about Plumbers Harvey Bay. Can you make sure all these words are included? Then I'll put that into the tool. And then, yeah, I just make sure all the words are included. And then once it looks good, then paste it into the website.
Nice, man. Yeah, yeah, that's a good way to do it. So if we go on to AI models inside Perplexity settings, this is on the Pro version, but you can change it to Claude 3.5 Sonnet. And then inside Perplexity, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give it a prompt that basically tells it to only write this section, but also adapt it to your business and your brand, right? For example, we take one of my favorite prompts for writing content, which is this one right here. We're going to grab that. We're going to plug it into Perplexity. I'm going to put the heading as equals block drains Harvey Bay. So let's say you write the content for this H2, and then from there, but for content creation, do this. Easy to read, feels conversational, UK grammar. We'll delete the internal linking opportunities. We won't add the effect. We'll add subheadings and headings, keyword in the first line, first person, and that should be good to go. And then what I would also recommend is you just add some information about you. So right from this perspective, and then just as a placeholder, obviously you would tailor it to your brand. but it'd be like, okay, a local plumbing company called Plumbers sell my services throughout content, right? And then also here, because it's just one single section, we want it to be like maximum, I would say, maximum 200 words, maybe less,
Yeah.
right? We'll hit enter. And it's probably not going to come out perfect, but it'll give us a starting point to write the content from. I'm just going to paste this prompt right here for people who are watching.
Yeah, cool. I definitely need to have a look at that prompt too.
Yeah, these prompts are always changing, right? So like the way
Yeah.
that things are, it's always changing. If you look, for example, let's have a look at that, see how long that is. Yes, it's written about 200 words there. It's formatted it really nicely. And you see how it's dealing with this. We've seen it all. Our company, block trains are a pain, but here's how we help them. Here's the culprits. Here's why you shouldn't ignore it. And here's why you should use a professional instead of trying to do it yourself, right? And then it sells
Yeah.
your services properly throughout the content
Yeah, that's awesome. I like that.
with a nice little CTA there as well. Now, let's say you've got 10 or 12 headings and it's just a page that needs to be 1,000 or 1,200 words. You could cut this down to 100 words and also optimize with LSIs and entities for keyword.
So once you do all this with Perplexity, do you run it through like an AI scanning tool just so Google doesn't detect it's through AI?
I usually don't simply because I don't think Google cares anymore.
Yeah,
This
everyone's
is
doing
just
it,
my
I guess.
yeah, but it's if Google was already ranking AI content number one, it clearly isn't against AI content, but I think it is against AI spam and like unedited AI spam. I also think that if you look, for example, at humanized content, stuff that passes the AI detector that is AI written, usually
Yeah.
it just doesn't feel as natural as when it first came out the prompt. That's why I'm not too fussed about it, but it depends on people's risk tolerance, right? If you're running $1 billion company, you probably want to be a lot more careful.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can see here. So again, it sold you throughout the content, but it's a lot shorter. It gets straight to the point, but it's nicely formatted as well.
Yeah.
So I think that's good. That's good to know.
Yeah. That looks really good.
Thanks. I'm just gonna grab this SOP right here, and then inside the description from the video today, I'll give people access to this. So let me go to the live stream. We'll put this in the description. If you want to get access to it, Dino as well, it's just inside the description there.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I'll definitely have a look at that. That's cool.
Awesome.
So I think, yeah, I did this before I come into the elite circle, like a lot of my content. So I'll definitely probably have to go back through and use that prompt and yeah, upgrade a lot of my content, I think.
Awesome. And Narissa says, do you recommend injecting facts from new and reliable sources by letting the GPT to read and analyze the source page yourself? I think the best way to insert facts still is to do it manually. But if you really want to do it like automated with AI, I still think Perplexity is probably one of the best places to do this. You can go to focus over here, then you can go to academic, and then from academic, or in fact, not even if you're in the plumbing niche, you don't need to go academic, but you can say, find me some statistics plus references plus case studies about plumbing in Australia. So you just tailor it to your niche and your location, etc. Hit enter. So it will do the research for you, and it's connected to the internet, so it can find that sort of stuff. And once that's done, you can find a bunch of like external resources and facts to include inside the content. So you can see all this information, and you got the sources for each fact on the side there. So if people want to automate the facts, that's one of the easiest ways to do it.
Cool.
Just a couple more FAQs, I think. Artifact says you're recommended to write with AI app. Clients actually check the AI detection in the content. So if you're writing for clients, like you got to be transparent with them that you're using AI. If you're not telling them you're using AI and then they check it and they're like, mate, you're using AI, they're gonna be seriously annoyed, right? You'd be annoyed. Do you know if someone did that?
Yeah. But it just depends like what prompts they're using and how the content comes out as well. If you're just typing in plumbers Harvey Bay, drain cleaning or something and go straight into chat GPT, it comes out very basic. You'd probably be a bit annoyed, but if it comes up like we had it in there, it's pretty, yeah, it looked pretty good.
Yeah, man, definitely. That's it. It's all about the quality. Like if you
Yeah,
go into
100%.
ChatGPT and if you went into ChatGPT and you write an article on SEO, it'd be terrible what comes out. It's
Yeah,
all about the
100%.
prompting report. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And Novice says, but ad networks have started to reject AI content, which I actually disagree with. I think that facts around that, if you actually join the SEO Elite Circle, there's some cool stuff inside there on how to get approved quickly. And Catfish says, but you're assuming that the entities that LM understands because it was training the same entities Google recognizes. You better, yeah. So what you can also do if you really want to be like fact driven on inserting entities, just go to you can use a tool like Frade to actually find the LSIs for you, or also inside Zista. Zista is another good option. You go inside the content optimizer. This is a free tool actually for everyone using. It's just not that good for content outlines. So if we log in here and we'll go to content optimizer, and I'll show you some examples of how you can use the entities and LSIs. So if we go to edit, wait for that to load, and you've got a bunch of LSIs on the right that you can copy and paste into Perplexity and then ask it to rewrite with these specific entities. So if you want more like fact driven, if you want more referenced LSIs and entities that aren't just from the AI, then just get them from Zista or from Neuronwriter or Phrase or whatever you use. Manny says, how do I learn SEO from scratch, please? That's a really good question. I'm going to let Dean answer this. You've been learning from the SEO Elite Circle, right? How's that been going so far?
Yeah, yeah, I didn't know how to structure any of my site or anything, so that's why I jumped on to the circle. Basically, from start to finish, starts at keyword research, goes through your content, how to get it indexed, backlinking, everything's in there. So it's made it so easy for me. Yeah, today I've just gone through adding Yoast to my site, which has cleared up so much stuff as well. Yeah, it's basically step by step and yeah, very easy and very knowledgeable. So yeah, 100% recommend that. If anyone's sitting on the sideline and you need some help, jump in. It's really good.
Awesome, man. I really appreciate that. Is there, have you found this training session useful today? And is there anything else I can help you with before you go?
No, I've never really used that Perplexity, so I'll definitely jump in and have a look at that as well. Yeah, just going through at the moment, so I'll definitely have to clear a few of my pages up, but yeah, no, it's been very helpful. Yeah, really appreciate it.
Awesome, man. Appreciate that. And if anyone wants to join the SEO Elite Circle, links in the comments description. This is 72% discount right now. Additionally, if someone watching this just wants us to one, give you a custom tailored SEO game plan on how to rank number one with SEO and how to get more leads, traffic, and sales, feel free to book in a free SEO strategy session. We'll show you how we take websites from zero to 145,000 visits a month and generate thousands of dollars in sales based on what's working for us. You get free SEO domination plan, discover the secrets of link building, answer any questions you have, basically figure out everything for you. And the other thing that I want to show you, I know a lot of people here were saying like, does AI content rank? Is AI performing well, etc. Complexity AI itself, they generate a lot of AI content on their website, and they've gone over the last sort of couple of years. They've gone from like zero down here all the way up to 3.4 million traffic with SEO. It's absolutely outrageous how well they're doing. And it's a great case study of how well AI can rank.
That's crazy.
Awesome, man. You've got the SOP. I've tried to answer like every single question. If you have anything else, mate, just let me know. Feel free to reach out in the DMs.
Yeah, perfect. Will do. Thank you.
All right. Appreciate it. Appreciate you jumping on, Dean, as well. You've been great.
Cheers. Thank you very much. See ya.
Thank you. Cheers.